Well, hello there, and welcome back to another live stream, another one, on the twitch.tv/thexisuma, where we got things that I've done in this world and things to do. Going to be talking about all of that soon. I wish I had a zoom key. I wanted to zoom in on this fella and see what was on his head. I'm gonna... Wait a minute, that's the Imitation Doom guy from Halo, Master Chief. Where'd you go? Go, I'm left with this horrible noise in my ear of it screaming. Fortunate Narado, Mine Rana, Baytand and Il, thank you for the bananas in chat. If you hear me burping or like, well, what's it when you burp but you don't burp? It's like you hold it in a bit. I've got that going on at the moment. I just had my dinner, big old salad for the rest of the day. And then after, I had a lemsip for my throat, which is still feeling a bit odd today. And that seemed to set off some burpy gassiness, but I think it's passed now, actually. Gas, says Baytand and Il. Yeah, it's more like gas coming up, right? Like, it's not like a big burp noise. Do you know what? I used to be able to make myself burp, and I don't think I've ever tried to do that in years. Years, I tell you. Anyway, we should get started here. I want to show you what I've been up to. And today, we're going to try and do some auto crafting. We'll see how it goes. I've set this up over here. So I've decided that this is going to be a wall of drawers. And that I wanted these ones sort of nestled here as a nice little group. And so I've set up this. But there's also an ender chest over here, which is... getting items and shimmying them across. So over on this side, you'll also see. Oh yeah, got all of that. Wow. Okay. That's potentially more than my inventory's worth. We got all of this to deal with. See if we can chuck it in here for a second. Ooh, I might have accidentally put the wrong things into here. However, that stuff goes straight in. And then up the top here, everything else goes. Right, and then we're good. Sort of. Alright, so, this is the harvester. Hey, lots of people are tuning in now. The chat is moving. What mod are you playing? We're playing a mod pack. It is Stoneblock. So welcome to everyone tuning in. Right, so the harvester's been activated. At the back of it, we have an extract for this item on the brown channel. And the brown channel is an insert down here. So the green extract here will move across items into either side here, and then they extract from the brown channel into the ender chest. So on one side we got that, on the other one we got this. It's a bit lopsided, but well, maybe it does matter. I think we're probably seeing the results of me chucking tons of stuff in here, but it could be it's not fast enough to keep up with the system. So we'll have to come back and check on that from time to time, is what we will have to do. Why did I just get one of those randomly? So yeah, the whole thing needs to have an eye kept on it. We've also got all of this to deploy into the system. If I look up Ender.io here and type in ingot, you'll see that none of them are in the system because we haven't hooked this up yet. So it should be pretty obvious where we are going to hook it up actually, now that I look for a split second. It'll be right here. So we want our cyan cable to go over there, and then we want some other types of cable. This also gave me an idea, by the way, or at least a thought. Actually, I'm not sure. It definitely gave me a thought and an idea, and I didn't think through how to make it work. So look at this. We store one stack of those in there, and when I pull them out, it never takes it from that. It's because that's disconnected. If I disconnected this, I could see what cables are in here. No, okay, my unfinished thought from earlier wasn't so great. Essentially, there's like loads of stuff that accumulates in here that could be stored elsewhere, like all of this dust, but the priority of the whole storage, like, what are all these diamonds doing here, right? And doesn't steel have a compacting drawer it could go into? I'm not entirely sure if I know how to fix these properly. So every now and then there's probably cables like there you go. Right, so rather than me taking a stack out, I take it from there and then it doesn't make any more. So there are flaws, is what I'm trying to say. with the way our system works. I have to make the export bus. Aha, those are things we should automate making. The formation core and the annihilation core, really. Maybe we will do that today. Because we're going to do some auto crafting. We're going to attempt to do some auto crafting. So, welcome to all the peeps saying hello in chat. Your game sounds are crackling, your voice is good. Does anyone else hear it, or is it just me? Skyfighter, we had this issue the other day. I had no idea what caused it. If it's come back again. There is one thing I might be able to do, and in this version of the game, I don't think... Oh, you do have it, okay. Reload resource packs, reload chunks. Oh, this one might be it. Oh, this is probably a terrible thing to do in modded. It's going to take a long time. I was just thinking if we reload the engine... Oh, that might have literally been stupid, because not only would it take a long time because it's modded, it might also cause a conflict or an issue. I would not be surprised if that crashes the game. F3 plus T is audio, says Ikazu. Yeah. Yeah, well that's what I pressed and it froze the game. It could be reloading it. I can't really tell. My gut instinct is probably we're either going to wait a while and give up and restart, or we should just restart now. To be fair, the Minecraft client isn't hanging or anything like that. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm going to lose my train of thought as well when I come back into it. Yikes. It's now using tons of memory and flashing now responding. I am going to end it and reboot the mod pack. Great start to the stream. Great start to the stream. I don't think that was a smart idea then. Hey, and anyway, restarting it might fix the audio issues or might not. We're about to find out. Okay, booting it back up. Right, chat, you got my attention now because, you know, I can't go, oh, I wasn't reading chat, I was getting engrossed in the game. There is no game. Game is gone. Time to have your say. Modded is not a friend in terms of troubleshooting. Yeah, and today we're going to troubleshoot our issues with FPS, because I think I've had a little bit of an insight into what's causing the problem. Cold Within says, oh no, he's looking at us. That's right. How's your curry, says Lons a lot. Haven't had a curry in a while. Might have one this weekend. Might have a lonely curry, since I'll be on my own this weekend. Ikazu says, I can't believe X doesn't like reading us. Heartbroken. You know I like to read my chat. I just get engrossed by the game. I'm sorry for breaking the stream, peeps, says Skyfighter. I believe I had the idea in my head before you mentioned it in chat. Don't worry about it, dude. I had curry today, says PG109. What I did have, actually, was vegetables cooked on a tray bake in the oven with curry powder sprinkled over, and then mixed it all together with some yogurt, and it was kind of pretty good. But I feel like I want to refine the recipe. It was like peppers with potatoes, cherry tomatoes. I feel like they're good. The yogurt needs some flavour with it. Ooh, now I'm thinking putting some chili jam in the yogurt. Probably put some green beans in there next time, maybe? Not sure other vegetables. You've got to be careful with the old tray bake in the oven. I find vegetables, when baked or roasted that way, not always great. Not always great. I think vegetables are best cooked, you know, boiled or in the pan or something, but not in the oven. Curry with some naan bread, says GVM. Yeah, I do like my breads, but I avoid eating it. What's your opinion on Biscoff cookies? I mean, they taste great, but they're loaded with sugar, right? It's another one I like, but avoid. Skyfighter says, eating alone is sad. I hate it personally. I never eat alone, and when I have to, I feel empty. There's nothing wrong with eating alone. Jeez. I mean, you can have a preference, but I wouldn't go as far to say it's sad. Sometimes you just eat alone because you're alone when you need to eat, right? Like, it's not a big deal. Ikazu says, I eat on the floor with my dogs, and half the time they work as my dishwasher. That's great. Black Steel, thank you so much for gifting subs to Ponshark79 and Teal Banana Llama. appreciate the gifting of the subs there. And if you heard your name being read out loud, be sure to say thanks in chat. Broccoli surely is best steamed, says Lonslot. Boiled or steamed, yes. Cooked in an oven, I can't see that going down well. I don't think broccoli would mix in too well. I always thought broccoli and curry don't go together. And then I had a broccoli curry by mistake, and it was honestly one of the nicest curries I'd have. It might have just been the novelty of having something so different, though. What is the background music from? It's just Galur. It's not from something, it's their music. If you look them up on Bandcamp... Ooh. Now, what I want to do in January is overhaul my Twitch layout, and I'm thinking of adding a second bar at the bottom of the screen, and then trying to put more info about the artist there, because we get a lot of people asking about the music. Maybe like a Bandcamp link would be cool. Hey! And we're being raided by the one, the only, Mr. Iskal, the master of the modded. Iskal, I was watching your video on how to do applied energistics auto crafting. Which we're going to try and do in today's stream. We just had to reboot the mod pack, and we've got a couple of things that we're doing here. That was a while ago, says this scout. 6 years, my dude. 6 years that video was. It was really interesting to watch and just sort of see the difference compared to today, you know. Oh, that'll be my Amazon package. Right, I might nip and get that in a bit, just because the rain keeps coming and going at the moment. If it starts raining, I'm going to nip out and grab that. Lady Jezebellum, thank you for 9 months of support. We got Lupus Canis here for 11, and Leon Golden Twitch with the Prime. Appreciate it. Thank you ever so much, everyone. As always. Oh my god, the multiple Xisuma reverb, says Vertry. What's that? Am I having some echoing issues? This stream's got quite a few interruptions already, says Ikazu. I mean, it's had one, which I caused myself, and now it's got another one, I guess. So 2. We're up to 2. Yeah, and through this gap here, we would have our... Oh no, we put the facade back a little bit. So, facade and then the cable. Oh, right. So we get those 2 things chucked in, then it's all a part of the system. Uh-huh. And, yeah, there you go. All connected up. Wait, I put an export. Gah. Why was I thinking that? That took me a while to correct. Course correction here. We need storage bus. That's what we need. I tend to look up what's needed before I open this little thing. I need to change that habit. Yes, we do. Sounds fine to me, X, says Winnie. Oh yeah, how's the audio of the game? Is it crackling again? Because that's why we tried to restart it. Oh yes, we're still on our daily streak today. And speaking of streaming plans, yesterday we did mini motorways. That was nice. Took a little break from Stoneblock. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to stream 1.18 and just play, you know, play some beginning of the game survival. I might try and focus on exploring. I don't know how long I'm going to play it for. Like, I'll do a stream tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a few in sequence, but yeah, it's an idea. Would you play a game like Inscription? I believe I played the demo for that and found it to be a little, at least with the time I had with it, it was just a little lacking in, I don't know, depth and strategy, if it's the game I'm thinking of. Right, so now when we look up Ender.io, if it'll let me, because sometimes it does this, don't know why. We have our ingots. Oh, except I can't search ingot, which is odd. Guess it doesn't work quite the same as this over here. But yes. Cool, right, so now we've got those materials in there to be accessed and used by our AE2 system. I've also got all of this over here. Wish me luck. Oh my days! Oh, I'm pooping out ingots everywhere. I'm making an absolute mess of myself. I've soiled myself with ingots. Don't go down that hole, I don't know where that goes. Right, so what we should be able to do is just keep clicking on this for a while. And then everything is in there. Nothing fell down. What is that for? Now when we search at Ender, yeah, we got loads more. Look, all the ingots or nuggets are at the top. Sweet. Okay, we've hooked that up pretty well. Leon Golden Twitch, thank you for gifting a sub to Jesus21, spelt Jesus. Thank you for gifting the sub, my dude, and thank you for subscribing. Jesus, be sure to say thanks in chat. Carlos Doom says, I've soiled myself with ingots, X 2021. I would never say such a thing. I would never say something like that. Yeah. Right. All good. That system is set up. You've seen how it works. We obviously got to do more decorating in this room, but hey, we hooked that up. Right, so what we'll do next is do a little bit of diagnosis. Now, it's kind of weird and tricky to make this work, but when I press T, sometimes this crashes, and I don't know how to get it to do that. Dang. It's really annoying because I want it to crash right now. Anyway, when it did that, it created these little sparkles in the world that pointed over here, which is just totally bizarre. And then I discovered this. Okay? There is something funky about a chunk border here. Now I remember, well, chunk borders have always been a bit of a thing because it's part of the world that gets loaded, unloaded. Let's go check this. Right, we're not on... We're over here. Are we actually... Still need to fix that for a config, don't I? Oh, it's the next bit over. So all of this is in loaded chunks, right? And it's not... It's this bit here that's on a chunk border. So why don't we try changing a couple of things here? That I'm going to go and put here. Then I need to disconnect this. Okay. So that's not crossing a chunk border. Might help, might not. The thing where I saw these particle effects, though, was on this controller slave. I think we need to rethink how this system works. Okay, that's kind of my thoughts. So the mob farm is currently on. If I leave it running, things are going to back up, so we'll go turn it off. And what we're going to do is remove this controller slave and see what happens first of all, I guess. So yeah, we turn it off over here. And we got quite a few peeps tuning in. If you've come by from the raid and you want to catch, you know, more modded like Minecraft streams, be sure to hit the follow button and chat. Let me know if you want a bit of a tour. I'll do a quick whiz around miniature tour, I think. Is that thing still getting items? Stuff is still coming in. Notably just solidified experience. Right, so I'm going to break that first of all, and the translocator. Right, and now we're going to try and test for those frame drops. Oh man, that makes me feel good. Oh, no, it's still there. And another spot is bad is here. It seems to me to be at least like a little, it feels a little smoother. Yep, chat wants a tour. Including Ikazu, who I know catches a lot of these streams. Dang. Y'all are just loving it. Oh. Okay. So this whole system's going to get rebuilt somewhere else in a minute. Tour time. This will be a briefer tour because I do a lot of tours. And for those of you saying that this game sound is crackling, I have really not got a clue what causes that. I can turn off the game sound. I just muted, unmuted. I could reboot my mixer, but I don't know if that would then break the stream, so I'm not going to. Alright, so this is the very first room, the very first part of the base. I came around here, by the way, and upgraded all of our drawers today and turned off the displays in an attempt to help with FPS, because if you look at these woods here, they're all just sort of stuck at the top level, and I realised that they've filled up the drawers, so now they're pumping more materials in. This was another system I thought we might change, just because it's kind of old, right? Like, at least maybe we don't need all of these upgrades running together. I'm going to take 2 of those out. Well, actually, I think I'm going to take 4 of them out and just see if this thing then keeps up. So yeah, somewhere there might be a causal lag. So this is our first sieving setup, and then our first storage system that has a automatic smelting setup using the coal that comes from the sieves. Then we expanded and we used different blocks to create a sieving setup. So over here it's like a sequence of hammers going through all of these materials. Over here we have the stoneworks factory creating the material that we want, and then it gets sieved down below. It's got a whole stack of compressed gravel, so it's managed to back up. The ones where we have compressed dust, which are up above, those do not get to run anywhere near as fast, do they? Can we make upgrades for this that make it go faster? Industrial upgrades. Overclocker upgrade. Increase process time 70%. I think I've got some of those. Yeah, I got 4. Huh. Is this actually the right one? No. Wait. Industrial Craft 2, Industrial Foregoing. Different mod. Different mod. I don't think they call them upgrades. Let's type speed. Did I just see 24k creeper heads, says Ikazu? You probably did, yeah. Uncle B. Joe says, long time lurker on YouTuber. This is my first stream. Love your content and overall vibe. Keep creating and inspiring, my friend. Well, welcome to the stream, my dude. Thanks for coming by and checking it out. I've been streaming for a long time as well as doing YouTube for a long time. So we've got the range add-ons. Oh, maybe that's what they're called. This looks like it. Fortune. Ooh. Fluid transfer. Item stack. Leaf shearing. Energy field. And then ranges. I don't know. Someone suggests in chat it's called a module. Doesn't appear to be it. Anyway, just a glancing thought that was. So over here we have our witch water setup, which also creates mushrooms. This stuff gets used elsewhere in the base, and it gets transported via that tank. So then we got the first room of material creation, again using this block to make lots of different types, and then storing them in drawers below. Got compressed cobble over here, and a few other materials being created through like importers bringing things into the system from elsewhere. To our left we have the mob farm, or should I say there used to be a mob farm here, and the storage for it is actually changed. That's our loot bag opener, and that will make more sense when you see our patient bag opener, because we designed it so that you see all the items moving through the system. We've got 118 nether stars. Got a portal to the deep dark in this space. Got a little utility room right here. Portal to another dimension over there. A project room that creates various materials. We need to create an obsidian farm sooner than later, by the way. And then we got our second project room, inspired by the first, but designed to have, you know, like an endless corridor of things being produced on demand. So the idea is to fit like a bunch of crafters and behind the scenes some wires and whatnot to make all the things get produced on demand in these spots. That is a project. Oh yeah, I did a little something for that today, for those of you that know what it is. Right. Mystical agriculture area. This is a big and well and truly finished project where we produce all of these materials over here, including seeds and whatnot. Got a portal to the end room in this spot. So this right here is going to be like a mining the void project, and I made a little adjustment to that. Over here, it just occurred to me, if I add a priority upgrade, we'll insert the things that get processed over here. So you can see now we're starting to actually get some rewards from this. Everything else just goes into this crate. So up here we get to see all the things that need processing, and they're just going to get stored there. Anyway, that thing's running very slow. Center of our room is where all the junk is stored, all the things that don't have somewhere else to go at least. Up above that, our massive AE2 system with all the cables. This is our AE2 basics room. Everything here is sort of auto-crafted on demand, using like custom-built setups, including stuff for inscribing. This is like a little undeveloped area for travelling around the base. We've got our Ender IO project room, and then we've got the flower room, and that's kind of seeing everything. This is where we make dyes and flowers on demand. We also got a mob farm down at the bottom of the world. Right, all the way down there, there is a crazy big mob farm set up. And that's the tour. That's the tour. I wanted to make it quick so we could crack on. Mad Cow Chow, thank you for 24 months. 2 years right there. I hope to hear this sub streak from Evil X. Sub streak from Evil X. Don't know quite what you mean by that, but thank you for the sub. You can change basalt generator to obsidian farm. Where we don't do we have a basalt generator? I don't think we have a basalt generator. He wants you to use the Evil X voice. Oh, that thing's terrible, man. It always sounds really wacky and weird every time I press it, so whatever it sounds like, you know, that's what it sounded like. I'm sick of using it. It's broken. It's all broken. It's all well and fair me throwing things away, but I've got to remember I was in the middle of a bit of a redesign over here. I don't think this is going to fix the FPS issues, but anyway, we'll give it a shot. What I'm thinking is we could put that ender chest here, so it uses one of these controller slaves. And then, I was thinking of maybe making it so the loot bags were going to here, but I really think that's probably not a great... I can't really think of a great way to do that. Like, we would want to use priority and whatnot, and it's probably not going to help. Oh, that's where the glowstone came from, right? So we want 2 glowstone and 2 diamond. As one of them is speed and one of them is stacks or something, is how I was told. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we never used that. Right, then on either side, using a few less conduits, I guess. Oh, these things. And there you go. Right. So now it's all back in business. Probably should give it a little test, and I don't think it really helped with the FPS, sadly. The issue that's on that chunk border might just be like some permanently created problem that's like quirky and difficult to diagnose. I don't know. Minecraft can be quirky, that's for sure. How can he fly, says the Cune. It's modded Minecraft. That's how I can fly. There you go. Right, so all of those items are getting stored away now. I just put a whole bunch of diamonds into the wrong storage system. I don't care. I don't care. They'll just take up a space in here now. Does Xisuma seem like a barker or a meower to you, Zykazu? Are you trying to ask if I'm a dog or a cat? That's what it sounds like you're trying to ask to me. I guess that system now has one less controller slave on it, which is good. Cool, so I'm going to turn that off for now. But we've done some things so far, right? And now it's time for the dreaded auto-crafting. So we better start crafting. Let's press T, by the way. Every now and then when I open this terminal, I just got to press T and see if it does the break thing, so I can show you that. How does he have 600k in one stack, says Seed Out. I feel like we've got a bunch of peeps that aren't used to modded Minecraft, right? I got 1.2 million there. It's modded Minecraft. This is a different beast altogether. So the things that we've got to make are these molecular assemblers. So those formation cores and the quartz are kind of essential. And maybe so are making these screens, right? And if I wanted to, like, for one last little auto-crafting hurrah over here, if I wanted to make a system like this again, if I had 4 or 5 items to be automatically crafted, we could have something on this side as well. But if we look at the limited space we have back there, because like that is in the way, We're going to have to engineer it in an interesting way. It'll probably involve having stuff actually further around the corner and just the storage drawers in the wall. Yeah, so, right, we need that. Okay, well, these are all called terminals, I think. There are many different types. Once we have the basic one, yeah, it should be pretty easy just to quickly craft up the others, but we also need these cores. So we're definitely putting in the 2 cores. And it's not letting me add it to... Oh, they're already on my list. Let's put them at the top of the list. So we're going to make the cores. We need to make that glass. That'll be up there. Then we want to make the basic screen. Okay, apparently that's already on there. Let's take it away. So that's 4 items so far. Could maybe put that on there as well. I mean, I'm going to need a lot of them eventually. And I guess I could put the crafting... So I could even make all of the other ones as well, keep a stack of them on hand. It'd be a bit overkill, but then it'd all be there. Liger Gaming, thank you for gifting a sub to Seed Out. Appreciate you doing that, my dude. Seed Out, be sure to say thanks in chat. I assume auto crafting will be a nice addition to your base, says Tweetchair. Yeah, let's try and get it going. But those that are not used to modded, the System X user shows how many items he has in total. The storage itself is still normal or compacted on a special block. Well, yeah, the storage isn't normal because it's all done with modded stuff anyway, right? Like, it's layers of modded going on here. What else from Applied Energistics do I want to put on that list? We've got 4 items. Again, I could maybe go ahead and put... I want that on there, I think. Or is that the one I'm thinking of? It's made out of... Okay, that's interesting. Which one? Well, actually, which one is this? Because I've got export, storage bus. Right. That's not really... I don't make a lot of those. I think the interface is the one that we were using recently. So I think it's that we want. And apparently it's already on here, so... Put it back at the top of the list. We're up to 5. And we got Zora Spinamana gifting subs. Thank you so much, Zora. Be sure to say thanks in chat, peeps. D4 Shadash, Cosmic Candy, Dopamine Salad, Wizard Shep, and Mayukuchi. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to say thanks. And thank you again, Zora. Appreciate it. Interfaces can interact with assemblers, says Cutblex. Cutblex, I'm glad you're here. Yes, that's what I was remembering, or thinking at least. That's the one for that. Okay, there's definitely other things on here we don't need that anymore since it gets self-repaired, right? But I should focus on cleaning this up another time, I think. We definitely need the co-crafting and some of this stuff, but I don't think we want to auto-craft it. That we're going to use a lot of, as we will these things. So I think the molecular assembler, whoops, that can go on the list, meaning we're up to 6 things now. Okay, I've got a pretty good idea about how this is going to work, and it's not going to be as pretty as the way we've done it before. It'll be a bit more cheap, I guess you could say. Let's go back here and maybe look at this list. Are there any other missing components to some of this stuff? Yes, now you're thinking. First, make the auto-craft patterns for auto-crafting components. Oh, patterns, right. Yeah, we'll make patterns with the molecular assemblers. That's one thing. I want to do it that way around. We're building the base components. By the way, Cuplex, I'm not auto-crafting them the way you think I am. I'm doing it this way. So I'm getting together all the things that we're probably definitely really going to need for the actual auto-crafting. We're getting all of that in place first. These screens, again, was an idea. Maybe I could just have all of those available, but I think it's a bit overkill. what I probably want to do is click on U. Yeah, like I could add ME interface, but I think you just make them one by one, really. Gas terminal, what? And then a network visualization tool. Alright, chat, I'm going to read chat for suggestions if anyone's following my train of thought here. With the way I'm going to set it up, though, it'll actually be easy just to add like a drawer every now and then. First craft a single auto crafter, then craft the parts in that auto crafter. That's not the way I'm going to do it. We need a pattern terminal, I believe. Yep, but we're not going to auto craft it. Okay, I think that'll do. I think that'll do. So, how many was it? It was 6. So I think what we'll go for now is that, and then I can flesh it out a bit more if I really want to. Yes, it probably looks a bit ridiculous, but that's the way we roll. Actually, I'm gonna nudge it up one block. It'll all make sense. So now I need my drawers, and I think, looks like, is that what we used over here? I think it is. So we need drawers, and the frames specifically. There you go. That's a 1x2, which I kind of don't want. I do need some more trim. I do need a controller and probably a slave. And there's loads of basic drawers. That's not what I'm after. Okay, so now for the storage mod, and then we have to select its framed drawers. We only need 6, so I'll just make 6 for now. Chuck that in over here. Yep, that's the one. And then the trim, I'm just going to convert all of that into trim. Cool. We have everything we need. There we go. There's a way to automate all of that using a single RF Tools tier 3 crafter, but it will get messy cabling. This is Cuplex. Yeah, we'll probably use those, and the cabling is bound to get messy. Let me say that. It'll get messy like Lionel. Right, do that. And then round the back we connect it with the trim. I'm going to put it high up just because I've got a feeling we're going to need that space for other stuff, right? Now the space that we're going to use is over here. So this is still part of our drawer network, right? And we can attach more drawers if ever need be. So it's over here that we're going to put a controller and then a slave. But what I could do, like we did on the opposite side of the room, actually, is have the controller on display over there. It doesn't really need to be on display, but I kind of like the idea of it telling you that this is a controller network or something. So if I attach that there, just makes that wall look a little less bare. Now we can interact in this space very easily with all of that. And I'm pretty sure we're going to need just a little more space here. So I'll carve some of that out. Okay. And yeah, now we've got to devise how we make this all work, right? So these ingredients are all somewhere over here. Well, actually, what I'm going to end up doing, rather than take it directly from this space, I just take it through the network. So we're going to have one of these cables. Right, we've got 13 channels here. So I could bring the blue one over to here. That's not a problem. And we import every ingredient that we need. Example, these 3 and those 3. So that's 4, 3, 2, 1. No, it's 3 unique items, the results of which just go straight back into the thing. So that's 2 recipes inside of a crafter. That'll be a third, and that will be 4 unique components now. With this one, we would need to then put like many more in. I think this can possibly all be done in one crafter. Because it's just the amount of... Yeah, we can do this all in one crafter. And I think we'll do that because that will be interesting. Right, okay then. So here we go then. I think this is going to be relatively straightforward. We've done a lot of this and In my mind, I'm thinking, is there something you forgot of? There's probably something you've forgotten about of all this. Wait, I've probably got it on the right-hand side somewhere. Craft a tier 2. And then put that in here, and we've got a tier 3. There it is. Default username 9. Thank you for 2 months of support, my dude. Very much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream. How do you hide the item icons in the drawers, says Andrea. There is a key for it. Strong reluctance to tackle AC. This is just avoidance, says RTFM, please. This is me getting started on auto-crafting. In fact, it is also in itself auto-crafting. I mean, I did say earlier in the stream that we're going to do auto-crafting today, right? So that'll be an insert channel. This one will be an extract, but I'm not going to turn it on yet, right? So all we've got to do is give this thing power and then give it the correct items. Now, it might use 1 exporter or it might use 2. But we'll use this thing. Oh, no, wait a minute. I've just realised I have tripped up here. There are only 4 outputs. So I need to actually remember the output as well. Otherwise, we will back up the system or create like... yeah, we'll create a problem. Some of you will understand what that problem is. Some of you won't. Right. In which case, you could argue I just need one that has 4 recipes. I think they do 7 at this level. So we're going to put... Let's put it so it faces us. Not that we're ever out here to see that. Now I'm wondering if I could actually get away with maybe squeezing more of this in that space over there. I think I could, and I like doing little challenges like that. Like, I could put the crafters at this level and have the import nodes. Actually, I could have them connected to the blue network. We could use facades to kind of hide stuff up here. I like the idea of this because it's going to be super duper compact. And the only problem is powering it then. No, the back would be open for power. Okay, let's put this somewhere else. And as I say that, I then realise that I would need 2 controllers or slave things at the back instead of all of this trim stuff. Dang, I just made this more challenging for myself. We're about to roll into it super simple. But not anymore. We're going the challenging way. So I need to make another one of these slaves. Ain't got one. Luckily we got things over here. Control a slave, there we go. Maybe not. Need more of those. There you go. Or do I even... I don't think I actually even need one of those now to think about it a bit more. So we put the crafters on here so they're on display. They have exporters, or sorry, importers or whatever they're called on top of them. Ah, yeah, no, wait. Maybe I did get this wrong. Because we need to power it as well. Yeah, I know I'm going to do this. Oh, I should have some capacitor banks, really. Made so many of them. Okay. How many was that? 3. It's supposed to be 4. And this means we need more types of conduit, except I'm typing in the wrong space. Energy conduit. Cool. So I put this thing... Could put it anywhere, really. Right. What's going to work the best? So 1, 2, 3. With the pure job of getting the items out of there. Then at this level we have 1, 2, 3 to get power to them with a capacitor bank up above. Then we put in a couple of exporters. One is all I can make. Yeah, so these things go at this level. We can put basalt facades on top of them. And then they just need configuring, really. And the brown cable is right next door. So we will go ahead and modify this a little bit. I'm going to bust that over here. Okay, and wait, why did I take one? I need more than one. As I pointed out earlier, the problem is they don't always go back to this spot. Right, we got Kako Cream here with the Prime. Thank you so much for using your Prime subscription on me. I appreciate that. Hope you're enjoying the stream, my dude. Right, and so with this, we now have the means to import the exact things that it needs to that spot. This thing is very steadily charging up. And the whole operation will now take place in a very small amount of space. Cool. Very cool. Right, what we need to do now is probably just get these things kind of thrown together. So we need one of those. More of these, I guess. One, two, that thing. That stuff. And then we've got them. So that's all of the items right there that we need to get crafted up in this system. Kind of want to balance it so that we can put in lots of different things. So if I select that and we do this, apply, no, there we go, and we'll put what overlaps have we got here? Like iron will go with those ones. We're only doing 3 on each side at the moment, so I'm going to put that over here. And that can be made with either type of dust. Oops. You are supposed to be here. No? Okay, this thing's being a bit quirky today. So we did annihilation, we do formation. There you go. Swerver416, thank you for your Prime subscription, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for the support. DeBenji says, could you up the priority on your storage bus to ensure it's returned properly? Not really, because as soon as I take them out of the system, it refills them. And then when I put them back in, it can't find space where it could store them anymore. In each recipe, you can click on a button to tell it if the result of this recipe directly feeds into the input of the same crafter. In each recipe, you can click a button to tell it that the result of this recipe... I think you mean to put it back in here, right? Which is not what we're doing. It's not what we're doing at all here. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, and then we'll chuck cobble. Actually, I don't want to do that. I want to use sticks. Sticks is what I always use, right? So we'll grab a bunch of sticks, and we will configure it like that. So then we need the materials of this. So I need quartz, a dust. Right, now do I want to re-add that one in to use fluix instead? Either way, what was it? Quartz. I wasn't paying enough attention. Quartz, then dust. Fluix dust, yeah. So what I also want to do, now that I remember, is just turn these off while we set them up. So if I go over here, what happens when I change it to that type? It doesn't like that. And I'm not sure if those are interchangeable or not. They're not. So we actually need 2 types of dust over on this side. That's not a problem. We'll just go ahead and apply. So we want the Certus quartz dust, the golden logic process. Oh yeah, that's it. What's that one? Certus quartz. So Certus quartz crystal, Certus quartz dust, and the very last piece was the logic. Yeah, one of those. Okay, now you'll see these machines over here start working to make more of them, because we took them out of the system. Right, so I'm going to put all of those ingredients in and then double check. Oh, I didn't bring in glass. Right, I'm starting to see the benefit of patterns. This is a lot of setup that patterns probably help you avoid, right? So I guess if we get it running today, we'll see the good, the benefits of it compared to how it's done here. So I'm just gonna like look at those recipes, and yeah, they're all doable. Before we let this thing go, we want to remember, and then I want to take out half, which doesn't avoid it. Very important that. And now I gotta go get myself some cards here, haven't I? Mainly just capacity cards. Do you know what? Auto-crafting some of these things, not a bad idea. I might add that to this system later. Even though we're gonna go beyond it. Right, so that goes up here. Oh, it can take 2 lots. And it actually, hang on, this one needs 2 anyway. So we'll put it into round robin. That's round robin, right? Yep. And then I got to tell it these are the things that we want in there. And it's going to start pulling it out from elsewhere in the system. Oh, maybe I didn't actually need 2 capacity cards. Oh, I did. No, glass. I knew there were 6 items. Let's double check that. Yeah, it's slowly filling them up. When we turn this on, they'll be able to create the things in the output. So I'll give them a home in the storage drawer. Excellent. Now I'm going to put in... Well, just put in this stuff, really. Okay, onto... There you go. So now it's made up loads of those. Let's put in our downgrades. Very important we make those. Cool, each and every one of these gets a downgrade. So it only stores 1 stack. And then you have a stack in reserve. Right. So around the back here, this is an insert channel. And this is an extract channel that is now active. And thus it pulls these things out and stores them down below. And then this system here fills it all up. So now that's all a part of the system. That's it, done. We've got to do the other side. How's it working out so far, peeps? We definitely, like, we can't do this for everything in the game. It's just mental. That's why you got those patterns. So for the second side, we now need to redo a bunch of stuff here. There's a reason I made these ones first, by the way. Let's put these things into here. Or actually, I could just shove them straight into... Oh no, they're filled up. Oh dang. Okay, filled up already. So I guess that goes back in there. Right, so on the opposite side, don't need those 3. So we got to tell it to bring over redstone, glowstone, and iron. Where are my iron? Words. That's that, and then we need the quartz glass, iron and glass. So we need glass, quartz glass. God, words, eh? They're difficult, right? Quartz glass on here yet? I can't say that. Quartz glass. Ah, this isn't part of the network properly yet. I'm going to just take a stack like that then. This hasn't been hooked up. There's one more element I kind of forgot about. It's actually... I guess what I'll do is I'll put a slave... Ah, it kind of makes all of this just a little more ugly. Ugly. Yeah, I guess I'm going to put a slave somewhere over the back here. And then add an exporter. Huh. Oh well. You always overlook something, right? Or I could put it going in underneath and have facades here. Or I could actually have it come down the middle here. That's the neatest place to put it, with facades on front. Right, okay, we got that. Problem solved. Okay, come again later. Right, so now we got the next ingredient that we need. Ah, crafting benches. I've missed a step. A step that could really do with being added probably on this side. Like adding a crafting bench recipe and adding a drawer. Let's go get an extra drawer. Oh, dang! There's always something. There is always something. Oh, dang it, we'll be here all day. Framed drawer, that's what we're after. Facades on the side, X's, Debenji. Not on the side, on the front is where we'll put them. I feel like that's a sign that there's just one thing left there. It's telling me something. It's like, yeah, you got this. It's all good. Right, before I put that there, let's actually go ahead and get some wood. Wood planks, to be precise. There's another little caveat here that makes it more interesting. There is another little caveat. We don't actually auto-craft wood planks anywhere. Oh, my inventory is like also trying to keep track of everything we're doing, and it's just a bit mental. Right, so we'll pick that up and put that into the storage system. Use stone workbench. That would save me a step, wouldn't it? It would save me a step, but, you know, I'm just going to do it this way. You're right. It would have saved me a step. It would have just been one recipe instead of two. But it gives me an excuse to do things a little different. Okay, so now what I got to do... Right, everything's remembered, which is good. So we go up here, and we put that in there. And we need it to go... The result of crafting operation will stay in an input buffer. So that means the result will come back to this spot, I believe. Yep. Probably want to turn this off for a minute. Oh, I could have... Now I need to turn the thing above off as well. Right, let's disconnect from the network. Because it's now got to forget the layout, which is slightly terrifying. So we need a space for that and a space for this. And the output is a crafting bench. Head over here. So we never remembered that recipe. Input, apply. So that will make that when it's active. Here, we've just got a normal one going to the external buffer. And we need to put that in there. Remember the layout, right? And activate, and it made our crafting bench. And our crafting bench went straight down to here. It's got 3 tables in it. Never put a downgrade on it. There we go. Now we activate. Wait, it was activated already. So then I come to this thing and I ask for that item. And then we hook this thing back up. It's going to have that cable there now. And at some point it'll start, there you go, it's putting in wood. And the wood is getting turned into crafting benches. And eventually it'll all sort of back up. Oh, okay. So now we can go back over to this side. Goodness me. Let's make a crafting bench for our inventory. Actually, here's something I will do. I will just quickly nip those things into there then. It's almost backed up now. Cool. Modernity says, hi X, long time no see. Welcome back to the stream, my dude. First up for today is still pending. That's a long streak without one. A whole hour, says Curls of Doom. Goodness me, that hour went by quick. X, are you learning auto-crafting? We're not learning it yet. We're auto-crafting the auto-crafting stuff first. I like these little challenges, though. They might seem a bit long-winded and silly, but they're fun. However, they have gotten a little bit repetitive, I must point out. So, there is a need for... Wait, am I doing the right one? Capacity card? That's the right one. Just getting this thing ready to go. Right. So, we got iron, quartz, crafting bench, the 2 cores. We were setting up all of the things that are coming into the system down here. So let's go through it again. Everything's there. Regular glass, yep, all there. And then this one has everything as well. So inside of here, we put in these things. And then we go through the recipes. This is double checking again, essentially. Has it got iron? Yes. It's got the quartz glass and it's got... Oh, I didn't put the cores in. Right. So those get to go in as well. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very close. Very close. I also need another one of those because we want to configure the thing above in a second. Right, and I didn't save that recipe actually, so apply. This is where the sticks will come in handy next. And that goes into the output. Next one. That looks very odd. What's going on here, eh? And then was it glass? I've got to memorize it now. Glass at top and bottom. Okay, that one on that side. Very odd. Last one. Cool. What I don't have is the last one in my inventory. Right, and now we have to remember. We just need to put a stick in there. Remember that, please. And turn it on. And it uses up the stuff. Cool. So now we've got to put in those, I think it was 8 items up here. And some of these are literally being made right next door. And now they will get sent into here. Then I need a place for these to go after. And that is beautifully configured right there. Let's nip round the back and finish the setup. This is it. This is done. Oh, God, it took forever. Right. Just got to hit that, and it'll take from the back. I think we want some acceleration cards. So we're going to nip 2 in on this side, 2 in on that side, and we should see now it works a little faster. Right, so we don't have any of those. Are they being made over here? Oh, yeah, okay, right. I've actually missed a step. There was one more thing to do. And luckily for me, I know exactly what it is. It is to grab a storage bus with our cables here. And then we can go, hallelujah, it's all done. Alright, chat. How long did I ignore you for? God, I was so engrossed. Come on, no more diagnostic. Now it's going to work. We'll see this thing kick into action. X, you're doing great today. No mistakes whatsoever. That's amazing. Smart Xisuma, says Carls of Doom. Thank you for the encouragement. I know it's a plan. It's a plan to make me derp. You're going to shower me with praises. And then it's all going to go wrong. Right, so it's making those annihilation cores. We see that happening. Then down here they are present. Is the system just taking... I think the system just took a little bit of time there. That was all that happened. So let's put all these things into the system. If they're going to be helpful. Wow, I think those upgrades made quite the difference. The ones that we put in a minute ago. as all these materials are getting used. Right. I think some of that stuff I might have actually needed. Like the Tyrian block, right? And then we need some facades. So, it is facade making time. And then we need the Zag. Then we need our Tyrian block back. Not actually sure it was that one. There it is. I can see it. Right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Peeps, it's all hidden. We did it. Look at that. It now makes these things. Isn't that amazing? God, you're so impressed. You're so impressed. You're like, X, I don't even understand what just happened. Thanks for the GGs in chat. Appreciate it ever so much. Licky Sticky Iggy says, don't worry about anyone's plans on making you derp. It comes naturally to you. Just wait, give it time, it will happen. Thanks. Yeah, it will. Just natural. Go. I'm not sure if I read the last noise in the ear, so I'll read it again. No, I definitely didn't, because I've been engrossed for 10 minutes. Krebstar, thank you for 12 months of support. That is 1 whole year. Incredible. It's been much needed over this last year. Thank you, my dude. Yeah, we've all needed something over these last 18 months, haven't we? Random Gear says, X, if you make a network card and right-click it on open air, you can click a facade button that will let you see through the facades. That's cool. A network card, you say? A network calf. Network cards. Refined storage. RF tools control. Oh yeah, I see. Huh. What's the thing in the middle? What do I do to activate it? Oh, that now that I read the description, it's like, what? Actually, maybe that isn't what I think it is. Network wrench, not card. Oh, God, it's a network wrench. Jeez. Jeez Louise. That's not even a thing. Or do you mean that? Network tool? Maybe it's the network tool. Not that. Networking cable, flux plug. Now we're on a different mod. Network visualization tool. That sounds more like it, doesn't it? That definitely sounds more like it. Oh, down the rabbit hole we go again. The only rabbit hole I've ever known. I don't know. Jeez, it sounded a little bit like that song. Right, there we go. Nope. No facade disappearing action for me. I already had one in my ender pouch. Great. I'm going to forget all of that now. Now we're going to do auto crafting. Yay! And it's going to start with... I don't know what it's going to start with. Right, so we want a crafting monitor to watch what happens, I guess. I think we've got to make more of those, but we'll get that in our... What? Oh, right, okay, you want that. And this. And, oh, dear Lord. Dear Lord. Stop with the rabbit holes all the time. Okay. One of those, thank you. For one of these, thank you. For one of them, thank you. Finally. Oh, jeez. There we go. Round of applause, please. Network tool, the button on the left side, says Random Gear. Network tool has a button on the left side. Network tool has a button on the left side. It's an item. How does it have that? Ah. Oh. Is that permanent? Not just, ooh, when it's on the hotbar? Interesting. Ooh. Yeah. We haven't used like a lot of facades that make everything look a bit different when you have this, but some things look a little different. Fascinating. Cool. Thank you for letting me know. That's top tip right there. Then we need crafting storage. No, that's not what we need. We need co-processors. I think... Let's go back into here, because I think I've got some stuff muddled up. You have a crafting unit. We've got a crafting monitor. You mix co-processing with, I think, either storage or just crafting units. I think storage is somewhere else. First you need to make the CPU multi-blocks as couplets. I can't quite remember what the thing was now that I think about it. It was... I know it's co-processing units and then something else. I think crafting storage is separate. I think you mix it with crafting units. Am I correct? Controls, crafting, storage, processor and monitors. Well, I've got the monitor, so I guess it's storage and processor then. So, co-processor. Wait, is there a processor or is co-processor it? Let's add the word pro. Co-processor is it. Okay. Because by it being called co, it sounds like it coexists with something else. Ah, so we need more of these. Right. I'm going to make a stack. Thanks. Then we're going to... Let's see what we're going to do then. Use them for these. I'm going to make about 16. I know I don't need that many, but I don't know exactly how many I need. Okay, we've got to make those. That might be some of the other first stuff that we automate with all of this, right? Make 16 of these. And that should give us a big old multi-block structure. Now that I remember more about it, you don't have to make it a cube every time. You can make it a rectangle or a rectoid or whatever it's called. What would that be called? Cuboid. But doesn't a cube imply it's equal on all sides? Cuplex says rectal ... Cuplex, are you giggling? Oh, don't be giggling, Cuplex. Rectangular prism. I don't think it's a rectangular prism. Like, you might say like trapezoid, right? 3D shape. The oid is the bit. Rectangular prism, someone else says. Isn't a prism more of like a triangular shape? It's a tetrahedron. Oh, I don't know. God, let's give up. Right. So we have these things to make a like box that does all the wassamadoodle. Great way of explaining it. Wassamadoodle. Let me take some notes. Okay, and then we have encoded patterns and blank patterns. We want these next, and we have all the components of that in our system, or not. Right, let's go check out what just happened. Did we suck away all the materials, and then they have to get made again? We did. What we can do is go, look, we use this one a lot more than we realised, so let's go ahead and upgrade it. I'm going to add 4 times, maybe? Let's see what we got. Actually, I feel like putting upgrades on a bunch of these, really, just so we can have... That one we probably want more than 4. And then over here, probably don't really want more than a stack at a time. However, let's go and give it 2 stacks of storage. And then I want one to have like 8, I think. Yeah, there we go. So this one will have 8 times storage. That one will have 2. And that means that we'll have plenty more of that on demand. You probably need to remove the downgrade. No, I want the downgrade on there because it reduces it to 1. So now we've defined 8 stacks. The default, I'm not sure what the default is, but yeah, it just means there'll be way more items in. So the downgrade is good. Right, anyway, we've got blank patterns that need to go into the assemblers. So we'll take... Kind of looks like I've probably got some stored somewhere else as well, because it had over 2 stacks. And then we need these things, the interfaces. And again, looks like we've got 4 stashed away somewhere else. I'm going to pick those out quickly. You need a pattern terminal to encode the patterns. Oh, right, yeah, terminal. Good, good, good. So we've got an interface, pattern. Yeah, those were the 2 from the tutorial. The tutorial, that's right. Can I make that? Apparently I can. Because I've already got a crafting terminal. Now I have both of those. Anything else? Is there like a Stoneblock wiki, says Shinny. Not that I found. Whose tutorial did you watch, X? Is random. Cuplex made one for me. Thank you again, Cuplex, by the way. Haven't really had the opportunity to say that. Cuplex is an aid for me learning modded. Cuplex helps out by like sending me tips, advice, and even worlds to go and explore. So, Cuplex, thank you. I didn't really say that properly yet. It is appreciated. The world really did help, but I still struggled with a lot of stuff. I feel like it's just one of those things where it'll click a bit more once I start doing it. So we're going to start doing it, I guess. I'm not going to do it in that area. I'm going to do it up top in our more open temporary space, which had some mobs spawning in it earlier, so I'm being a little bit vigilant. Yeah, I don't really know how the layout of this area is going to work, so I think what I'll do is not stone. We want something we can... We want something actually that kind of looks nice for once, right? Like a temporary work area. I like the idea of a block that emits light, but that's basically glowstone. And I keep running out of this stuff, so... Getting stuck on a material. What should we pick? Could just use some endstone again, actually. That stuff looks really cool. Right, let's grab a chisel and a wand. And then we're going to need some torches. Could actually just slap a mega torch in this area, you know. Because we don't have that other mob farm anymore. That's probably not going to affect the one at the bottom of the world. And it emits some light out of the middle there, that it does. Right, yeah, so I'm going to chisel these into something that will look nice on a grid that we build on. Might just go with that, actually, just because I kind of want to know what it looks like. So... We'll pick... Yeah, I'm gonna put it on this side since we got a cable or 2 that is definitely not being used. This is entirely temporary, by the way, peeps. I just want it to not look terrible. So now we got that space in which to mess about with all of this auto-crafting stuff, right? And I'm gonna... These are dense cables. I think I'm gonna have one of those come out of the ground, actually. Which one are they? Smart? I can just look over here. It's dense covered cable. Right, but it's not smart, actually. I think in that case, then, I'll use one of these. So let's grab the purple one, which will look nice next to all of that yellow. And then let's go for the old facade over here. And chuck in one of these. What is that type called? Cuts. So I don't really know where I'm going to start with any of this. So we'll just start anywhere. Break that block. And then... Cool, right, so we brought a cable up here out of our crazy network system thing of doom. Chuck those things away. And then we're probably going to want, like, more smart cable. Ooh! Oh, wait, it did the T thing! Can we see it? Can we see it? No. Oh, let's try it again. Dang it, it didn't work. I don't know what causes that, but I want to show you the issue. Quick! No! It's not there! I was looking this way. Did that have something to do with it? Sometimes it just closes you out. It's really weird. So I'm going to grab some dense smart cable. And then up here we can use some of that as well if need be. Let's go ahead and... I think you can dye these, by the way. That pattern looks really nice, says Shinny. If you're talking about the yellow endstone, I'm just going to realise like it's so against the theme that I was going to do up in this area. And yes, what we're making is temporary, but it might have been smarter to build it with the correct theme. That's what I'm looking for. I think... No? I thought there was a way to dye those. Maybe you right-click on them. Oh yeah, that old thing. So we also need... Actually, I think... Are these dense? They're dense. Dense smart cable. Fluix. I don't have like the intermediary one, the regular. It's all dense. I just want a regular smart cable, I think. Covered cable. Dense covered cable. Huh. Well, I guess for now we'll use this. And we'll attach this thing. And that thing. Let's try and dye it. No, I don't know how it's done. Peeps are saying Fluix. Yeah, but like there's no smart cable equivalent unless I'm being covered cable, dense covered cable, smart, dense smart. There's no smart that isn't dense. That's what I was kind of getting at. Your system is not crafting the regular smart cables. Yes, that seems to be right, the champ. I've got a feeling though it might be, but it's hidden. It's probably not. Let's go check. What one's that? Covered cable. Somewhere around here you could probably also make the next one along, but I'm not going to mess with it. Let's go back up there. So now what we've got to do, that we've got... Let's check these things again, by the way. Pattern terminal and the interface terminal. Now we've got to set up this thing. And what people do, as I've seen, is they kind of like do this with the blocks. I don't know why. It's never really explained. It might be like a ratio thing. Uh-huh. So now this is like a big block of storage and of processing ability. I don't know if you have to alternate them like that. That's just how people do it. Okay, that looks better, even though it's temporary. So it says device offline at the moment. 0 out of 2 channels, then 0 out of 32. Nice. You just made a CPU course, says Cuplex. Oh, right, okay. Okay, now it's connected. And that means... I don't know what that means. There's nothing in here yet. I thought we'd see something now. That thing looks nuts, says News Leadban. It does, doesn't it? It's a crazy looking thing. I think maybe what's next is these two things, right? So like if we bring the cable this way and put an interface with one of those on top, the network will probably figure stuff out soon. Yeah, there you go, molecular assembler. So that's now appeared here. Okay, what are we going to auto-craft? Something just as a bit of a test run that doesn't really do too much or mean anything. I think we're going to grab some stone. There it is. And I can put that over here. So there is all dictionary substitutes. And then allow substitutions. We're going to prevent it though. So there's our pattern. Right, and you hold shift and you can see it. Oh, that's actually... What did I think I was going to make when I did that? I think you can clear these. Let's try and clear it. There you go. Ah, whatever. We'll go with that. I was going to make something different as a bit of a joke, but that's fine. Okay, put those there. Now we've got that. If I put it in here, right, it doesn't start crafting it until I request it. I think. Am I missing a terminal here? I think I'm missing a terminal, unless I click on it or something. No. Furnaces are a good test, or doors. Quick Drive says, oh my god, I love A2, subnets are so fun. I don't know how to do a subnet. 1 autocraft per CPU core. Right. Now search up stone brick. Oh. Oh, did it do the thing? No, it probably didn't. So I click on that, but it will give me it, right? If I take everything out, does it then let me craft? It does. Automatic 0 13 co-processors. That's the thing that we just made. But it can pick one out automatically. Did I miss it? Right, that's gone over there. Kind of looks like... It's just fast, someone said. Oh, okay. Okay, in that case... Not again. Quick, look. It's doing it. It's doing it. It's happening. Right, and now the pattern is sent to this machine. And now it'll craft 100 of those. So, in the future, when we got a recipe, we just need to make a pattern for it, right? Oh dear. My throat is feeling very funky. Right, now we're going to add a pattern for that. Put it into here. Now, I'm noticing that this is only storing like 9 so far. And this is where I need Cuplex's help. Are those assigned to this and this only? Yeah, and actually, it's actually put them through this over there. So, it's not fishing them out of the system and moving them to a free space. This is what I didn't pick up on when I was watching tutorials and stuff. They're actually stored here, but are accessible through this. So this is like looking at a storage thing separated from all your items. We're seeing the one molecular assembler. The thing is, when you put multiple ones in the system, I'm pretty sure they then behave differently, which we need to figure out. So I think these are like polished or Polish. So let's go and make 20 of those. Right, but oh dang it, I did it wrong actually. I did it totally wrong. Let's go back here and type in stone bricks. Take them all out of the system was the idea. Then go to the polished stuff. Take that out and then craft. So it knows how to do the stuff before it, and it does that over here. Right, and then all of that's in the system. So what I'm going to do next is add... I'm going to add another one here and this. Right, now it's put those together. And this is what confuses me now. Like, why does it group them together? Is it just because they're that tight? I guess maybe you're thinking in terms of it doesn't really matter what's here. Okay, right. Let me get my head around that again. They're not separated, but they sort of are because you can put them on different rows actually. So I guess you just keep adding recipes and you just need space, and it's 9 for 1. So this is storage for crafting is a way of looking at it. Now what I'll do next is attach this below. It can be attached on all sides. Okay, when we come over here, this doesn't change, but I believe... Right, let's go to this terminal and type in... God, it keeps doing that. Right, we've got no stone bricks. And we'll take out the polished, and then we'll craft 50. Start. Yeah, look at that. So it's now exporting its 9 stored patterns to both sides. So if we want to do faster, like crafting, and we do that, then we've got 5 for 1 of this block. I'm not really sure is worth it or not. Like, I don't know how you quite want to lay it out, but that could potentially be a good way to get more out of the system. Yep, makes it faster, says Crossed Time. Cool. Okay, so now let's look at how many channels. This is 1 channel for this. So if I want, what I got to do, I think, is build an array of molecular assemblers. And we're going to struggle with channels potentially. So we need to lay it out so there's like, for every 1 cable, there's 32 of these ME interfaces. Something like that. Right, I think we can also put in different types of block here as well. So one of the ones that we want to do is... this stuff, Ender IO. We've got a sag mill. Take that out of there. Tell you what, doing this hands-on is the way I learn. It always is. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here that I was thinking, like, we've had lag and stuff lately. We've got this big, like, multi-block structure with some unused machines here. This might be not exactly the best thing to have lying around either. Doubt it's going to do anything though. I don't think we've used that in a while. Or this. Time to put stuff away. Yep, made a mess of my inventory. This machine is just basically taking power from that. We'll keep that little setup going. Again, like, I don't think it needs that extra one there. Until we need it, I'm going to put that resonator away. Like, yeah, just putting a few things away is probably not a bad idea, is it? Now that is slow to break. Doubt it's going to help our FPS issue, but there you go. Okay. Let's carefully put these things away. We want to use one of these machines. I think I want to use the sag mill for something. Probably some of those ores behind me might get processed in a sag mill. Right, and then this is all auto crafting here, so we'll keep all of that together. And I've got some purple dye. Okay, so let's see how this is doing. That's slowly filling up. Starting to get our pulverized platinum into the system. Yeah, so let's say we take gold ore. And we see if it works on a sag mill. Which it does. Cool, we'll take that then. Now let's go to our A2 system and have a look at see if there's any other ores we've got in here. There is actually. Some of these might be stuff that I collected like early on, or rewards. They can all just go into here. Let's try that again, because ore brings up like a lot of different blocks. I think we've got picked out most of them. Let's head up top. Also, you probably need more than one CPU core multi-block. You don't need to make it all big, but having multiple cores lets you queue up multiple recipes at the same time, says Cutplex. Yeah, okay, so my thoughts at the moment are we're going to continue investigating and understanding, but it feels to me like this room was originally going to be for something different, but I might now pivot and make it like the AE2 room. And maybe what we do is we build up walls of these crafting monitors, or sorry, crafting these things, right? Like, I don't know what shape they'll be, but we can have loads of them in a layout. And then around it, we'll just put tons of these things everywhere. And it will just make it look marvelous and spectacular. Because we now got our torch, I think we'll play with the darkness a little bit as well. Which might mean we strip out some of this enlightened clear glass. And then we can use these cables here to kind of like go out and, yeah, divide up, and we'll be able to figure out like how much stuff that, like, let's go all out. You know how I play. All over the place is how I play. It's like, I don't know how to do this thing, I'm not going to do it. Oh, here's how it works, let's go all out. Let's now take it to the max. That's how I work. Alright, you got to live with it. Alright, so now we're doing our next experiment. God, this is so much easier for my brain to understand when I'm doing it. If I watch a video or I read instructions, I don't know what it is, but like, it doesn't make sense until I'm doing it myself, and then it's like, ah, okay. Right, so patterns over here. No, I think what you have to do is go into. Okay, that's going to be tricky. I think what you got to do is go into here. Wait, uses. This is the way. Pick out the thing, and now. You must set the pattern terminal to processing mode. Is it that? Processing pattern. Ah! Cublex explained this to me. I just got confused. I didn't get it. But now that it's hands-on, it's like, now it makes sense because I'm trying to use it. And it's like, oh. God, my brain is an idiot. Right. So we chuck that there. Now there was something mentioned about the output, right? Like it's got 3 things there, and I think the issue is that sometimes you get extra things as well, like 2015. I think it might not apply in this case. Carls of Doom says no derps, no distractions, no goofs, not even any trolls. Who is this man and what will you do with X? Says Carls of Doom. Give me credit, man. I have my streams where I'm alright, don't I? If you're going to build it like it's going to be on the Hermitcraft server, says RNG with SARS. I like your attitude. Yeah, you like immediately I think, hang on, haven't I been doing good with all this building? Now I'm like, no, we must take it to the next level. Okay, right, I'm going to do that. And then we're going to look on that and see that the sag mill is here. I guess we're not jumping into Ender IO 2 straight away. I now know what I want to do with this room. So now if I put in... See, the thing here is... Okay, yeah, we're going to have to learn a little bit more. Yeah, okay, right. Couple of threads now. What we're going to build in this room will probably be like crafting on demand. However, the thing is, I kind of want stuff to be more automated. So we might have to think about this a little bit more. Here's why. Because I now have gold ore. If I have gold ore in here, it's not automatically going to get processed. When I say gold ore, it sounds like something out of Lord of the Rings. Frame drop incoming? What's this? Here comes the derp. X stop. You're teaching the machine to expect copper 100% of the time. Now you have it set up right now. The amount of people in chat going ham right now is a bit weird. Okay, calm down, peeps. What's wrong? Is this where I have to remove the things that aren't 100%, right? Do I have to take those out? Is that the idea? Is that what you're saying, chat? Interesting. It can go there or there. Yes, now it's okay. Okay, right. So that was that little caveat. I did remember it. I just didn't remember the detail. So now if I go and type gold, or better yet, pulverize gold, craft. See that? Start. Now let's click on this, and it did it. Should take that upgrade out because... Oh, this thing's probably got like no power now. Whoops. Forgot I had stored power. I wanted it to run a little slower, basically. Well, I'm seeing solutions now to like a lot of the other systems, and really, like, in a ways, you could play the game very differently to how I thought I would. Like, I like doing my project rooms, but with something like this, you can end up just putting this stuff sort of hidden, or even just like in a room with all the other things, and it can cover a broad spectrum of processing. Anyway, that pulverized gold is now in the system, right? It's not actually, that's weird. This thing never took it out. So what's the difference? Maybe, no, it can get stored somewhere. So why did it not take it out? Is it the machine? Like, maybe it needs to push. That's probably what it was. So now when we go in here and type in pulverized, we have 2 pulverized gold. Okay. Now, the next thing that I want to do is start to automate some of this, and I want you experts in chat to let me know if I'm on the right trail or not. I know what I'm after. I saw it earlier. I saw it somewhere. That was it. Emmy. Okay, this is what I think I want next. This emitter. It looks like there's 2 of them. Level emitter, fluid level emitter. Okay, so... I guess maybe it go... No, I think I want regular cable, right? What did I just pick out? Cable anchor. That's the wrong thing. Let's see what chat says. Does anyone know what I'm up to? X, you can watch Direwolf's A2 tutorial from 7 years ago. The mod has been updated, but the function stays the way, which says random gear. Yeah, I can't really learn from Direwolf. Like, I have to say it all the time. I don't learn by listening or reading. I learn by doing. And I know Direwolf's great at what he does. It's not a put down on Direwolf, but I've tried his videos and it just doesn't work for me. I can't sit and listen and learn like that. It's like immediately something doesn't make sense and then I can't follow what's going on. Now he will ask chat and get ignored for 10 minutes, says Skyfighter. Well, no one's guessed what I'm getting at yet, so I probably will be. I'm going to try and do this maybe over here, because I vaguely remember what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's more like it, and maybe... Ooh, I didn't expect it to turn on. I think that's a filter. And I think this is like an item count. Emit levels. Emit when levels are above or equal to limit. Emit levels. Emit when levels are below limit. Okay, so let's say we just set that to 1. Interesting. Now, does this thing have to be told... Redstone cards is random gear. That's not what I was thinking of, but yeah. Cover says, I think you want to check if pulverized gold is in the system with the level emitter. No, that's... Well, yeah, yes and no. What I'm trying to do is investigate auto-crafting, because the way I remember doing it with a similar mod was that you had to tell the block to automatically craft with a redstone signal, because it's alright having these on-demand crafts, but the way I've done everything so far is that we automatically have a certain amount, and when we go under it gets crafted. So I want to be able to replicate that. At the moment all we're doing is creating the ability to auto-craft on request. So in order to automate, there is another way, and I think it's this. But apparently a redstone card is a thing, so let's check that out. Although, does it go in? It doesn't go into there, right? Oops. Well, I've added another one. Are they both unique? They are. Interesting. Oh, that does have a card. But it doesn't accept that. Interesting. Looking for a requester alternative, says RNG. That sounds like it. Wait, is there something called a requester? No. Okay. I thought the interface could take it. My bad, says Random Gear. That's alright. Geez, X, just saw what a massive video you've posted on Xisuma says. I'm intrigued, says Exoskeleton. Yeah, we're trying something a little different over there today. So there's a new video on the XS channel. And it's about cannibalism and eating people to solve world hunger. Very clickbaity. Ugh. Very clickbaity. Sir Hunchero says an export bus can export auto-craftable items with a crafting card. That sounds interesting. Export bus can export the auto-craftable item with a crafting card. Let's go back to that card thing again, because like you say it, I understand the words, but I'm not sure it makes sense to me. So, a crafting card, eh? Oh, it actually tells you where it can be used, I've just realised. Like, MEIO port, import-export bus. Hang on a minute. Don't you need the Redstone card? So this is an interface to tell you. You put it in and then it works with the signal. I think that's actually how it works. So possibly you could use these to tell machines when they need to turn on and off if you have a machine exclusively doing something, but not entirely sure. No, that's probably not the right way. Beb says just some light entertainment kind of video. Yeah, that's it. That's it, the one about the old cannibalism. Just eat each other, solve world hunger that way, right? It's simple, isn't it? You just, you know, people just start eating each other and then world hunger's solved. Cuplex says, let's say you're having an exporter that wants to export doors, but there isn't any doors in your system. A crafting upgrade card will look for the recipe of doors and just export it. Right. Right, so I could put that on our storage. I could export things we want. Oh, that's a very different way. I was thinking we tell the crafting system on site to craft what we want, and we would do that with the redstone signal. I'm pretty sure that's the way I did it in the past with the other storage mod. So now what we're saying is we're telling... Okay then, right, so let's go ahead and grab a chest and an exporter. Now I'm starting to think we need to automate exporters and get those crafted. Maybe that'll be the first thing to be done this way. Right, so we have our export bus. What am I doing and where? Is what I've got to think. No. Okay. Yeah, I think kind of anywhere. So, if I put a chest here and an export bus, then we put in the crafting card. That one says ME interface. Now you really got me wondering, but I still feel like I'm missing something here. So I want to export pulverizing. Oh, crafting behavior. Use stocked items or craft items while exporting. Do not stock items. Only craft when exporting. Ah. I like that. We could use that to potentially redirect stuff out of one storage area into... You might also be able to create loops with that, right? Like a storage loop. Let's think about it. So I've got that big diamond chest down below, and it accumulates... I don't think this is the proper use, but we're just going to run it through. Like, let's say I want to put some of those diamonds into the correct place. If I put an exporting card, it could pull from here. The thing is, it could also pull from the same place if it's hooked up to the network. So if that chest is a part of the network, you might create a loop. Does that make sense? But what's weird about this is Can use stocked item or craft? Well, that is technically running, so if I put that in there, this thing should put it in here. Let's put 1 in there. Let's put 2 in there. Right. So that makes sense to me. It goes stored somewhere. Note, we're bringing it over here. And I guess... yeah, I guess, right. Okay, so here's the next thing. Like, let's grab one of these. Like, isn't that now a loop where it's just going to export itself over and over again? Or maybe it's smart. Maybe it knows, actually, we're already reading this. But I don't think there's a way to, like, tell that it's sending it in and out again. But it might be a loop. Cuplex says it is a loop. Okay. I don't know if that'll be a problem or not. I've also never really learned what all of this stuff is on the storage bus. Like, it's probably be good to learn some more things about this. Partitions? God. God, I don't even know. Oh! Interesting. That's how you see that it's a loop. And then eventually it will move the next one over, right? Or maybe not. But we can see it's a loop. So my concern there is that if we have none, like everything will become to this place, but where we store stuff will be a part of the network like this. So if I want to automatically craft something that's in storage, there's no point in me saying like if empty, because then it will make one at a time. Cuplex, do you understand the problem? There is a way to do it where you put an export bus facing into an ME interface. Interesting. Okay. So let's break this. So if I want this thing auto-crafted, and bear in mind, like we're going to be limited to 9 items at a time, and it might be slow. Like, does this thing automatically connect to a container nearby? It doesn't look like it does. So I'm not really sure how that works then. Unless we go and chuck that in there, it should make its way into that. Yeah, so now it's got 2 of those stored. You don't need a container, just took up a cable to the interface. Which interface? Oh, that's called the interface. Right, but how does having a cable there help? Where did those items go? They went somewhere. Odd. Okay, I'm not like understanding this next step at all, really. Because if we want to automatically craft, this could do it because it can send the item here, like it can all craft, right? So it can craft it if we need it. Then if the things that we need are available, it'll craft and send it across. So that's a way to say automatic crafting. The problem is, oh, what if I put it in crafting only mode? Is that a way? Now, if I do that, hang on, I'm missing a step. So this just moves the items. I'm thinking that it gets activated. What activates it? Read Bob Martin's message. Replace the export bus with a storage bus and place the item in the bottom area of the interface and place the card in the interface. Okay, storage bus. Let's try this. Okay, let's read it again. Place the item in the bottom. Where's my storage bus, first of all? Didn't I already have one? Right. Place the item in the bottom area of the interface and place the card in the interface. I believe you mean redstone card. No. Crafting card. No. Oh, it doesn't accept either card. That's not good. That is a storage bus. Place the item in the bottom area of the interface. Place a card. I don't get that bit. What's the bottom area of the interface? And the cards don't go in. Attach the storage bus onto an interface. Oh, right. Oh, gosh. Okay, this is tricky. So the bus goes into the interface. Then I guess that's the card. Then what? Put the pattern in here? This pattern? Because I've got that pattern there. Now place the gold dust into the config section. I mean, you know, I've put it there, but I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. So, if I put a gold ore into the system, will it automatically do that? And how does this get it into a storage system? Does it push into that chest? Top row of the config section. Okay. So I guess I get that it's now saying, come bring this over here. I'm failing to see how this wouldn't make a loop again though, right? Read chat X, says Lucro. I am reading chat. The top arrow? Yeah, okay, it's in the top arrow, but now it hasn't done anything yet. Or did it? No. Hasn't done anything. Connect the interface with a cable. Oh, okay, right. I still don't see how this would could avoid a feedback loop. I mean, it might do, but I kind of don't understand how at the moment. Like, what does adding a storage bus exactly do here? Connect the interface to the network. Now it's programmed to prevent looping. That's the bit I don't understand. How is it programmed to prevent looping? It's also not done anything yet, I'm noticing. Now look in your system. Oh, maybe it doesn't store it here. That's weird. No, it hasn't got any. And let's check the gold ore. The gold ore isn't in there. That's odd. Okay, so gold ore is in there. There's no smelting request happen. I literally don't understand at all. This hasn't done anything. Sag mill set to input and output at the bottom. So this entire time. Right, so that's weird because it pulled the items out the first time automatically. Now it doesn't. Okay, so now I've got one piece here. Okay, now I've got both. So it's putting one there at a time because I've got one here. And now it just found some more and some more again. Interesting. So if I put these into the network, they'll end up over here, but one at a time. So I get how that works. And it's being a bit quirky by the looks of it. Right, but now, let me think this through. This is not requesting, is it? This is just doing it automatically, which is what I think I don't want. But then I guess, does this limit it? So like, if I'm holding one there, is that how... Okay, so let me think. So let's put in 3 gold ore into the system. Did we leave one over here? Nope. Did I actually put it in? 2 are in there. How have I put in 3? Nothing's happened and now I've got 2. Also, I've got one of those, so I'm going to take that out. Nothing's happened. But there's one there. What? Wait, did it just do it super quick? Because I just saw a particle effect. Maybe that's the issue here. Maybe it's just running too fast for me to notice, which is confusing. Let's... basic capacitor then. Yeah, I know. I'm like, what's going on? And then, yeah, I haven't done that. I've only got so much gold ore left to test with, even. Right. So when I take this out over here, sag mill should run. Or not, because it might have a couple in the system. There we go. And I can't see it, but it's running. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand this now. So, the amount of items there determines whether this thing will auto-craft or not. I don't see why we need the storage bus attached at this point. But now, does this mean if I want to put it into storage, that I use a conduit? Because I don't think we can use the network again. So this would go into my storage drawer, or whatever it is that stores that. Maybe it's the back of a drawer. That's probably the way we'll end up using this. So it goes into the back of a drawer, right? And then this thing is set to... Oh, what am I doing? Wrong way around. So now all of that will go into there, and then that should mean this thing activates again. Right, now I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing it in action. So when this thing fills up, this won't have anywhere to put the item, and... Right, there's one more caveat. This will be on a storage bus. So let's go make a storage bus. One more caveat here, right? But I think I'm starting to see what's happening. So if that's on a storage bus, like, what's to stop this thing from taking it? I think because it's got that in, it's only going to craft. Is that the idea? You don't need this loop with the chest, says Cuplex. What do you mean, this loop? How do I test if it's a loop again? I've forgotten how we did that. Maybe it needs like a few more here. I think it's looping. Yeah, it's looping. So that doesn't prevent the loop. Because it's not... Oh, how do we prevent it from looping? The ME interface is the storage. You don't need the chest, says Cuplex. Why are you saying I don't need the chest? This is what I need. This is my storage system. Like, this is where I store the items, right? If I'm going to automatically store them, and that storage is going to be attached to a storage bus, how do I stop it from looping is what I'm saying. We haven't stopped it from looping. We've just made another system that does the same thing. Bob Martin says you store it in the interface. But I'm not trying to store it in the interface, right? I'm trying to store it in my storage system. Look, let's go. Let me go show all of y'all what I'm talking about. If I want to auto-craft something, okay, the way I'm going to know how much to craft is by how full my drawers are. When the drawer is full, it's not going to craft anymore. When it starts to have space, it needs to automatically craft. Right? So the problem is we keep encountering this loop over here. Oh, and that thing's blinking because this thing's set up for that. X, the interface becomes part of your storage system, says Winnie T4. That's basically the problem. So how do we get it to... How do we get it to not loop, is what I'm getting at. Like, y'all are saying it's looping, but that's what I'm trying to avoid. Ban Feta, thank you ever so much for 4 months of support. Appreciate it, my dude. Loving the modded. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you so much. Dust isn't worth storing. Only ingots and when you need random gear. The dust is not what I'm trying to store. We're trying to learn how to do it. Back to level emitters, says Ben Perret. Yeah, well, level emitters is how I achieved it before in the past, right? Maybe now that I've learned a little bit more about what's going on here, maybe if I think about it, like this crafting thing. See, I don't think it even needs that and it's still in a loop, right? Like it's still doing this. So back to this thing, we want 1. This thing could craft it, but because it's an interface, doesn't it also then just export the stuff anyway? So we've got a crafting add-on. If I go ahead and tell it to do that, and then we go over here and chuck all of it in, it's bringing through some of it. It brought through thought, and then maybe that thing locked it out. Like maybe the redstone... Okay, the redstone is still off because we have more in the system. That save? Don't know. Maybe it needs to be off or something? Or maybe it's because I've still got... Dang it! Should have disconnected that. Right. Let's go back to having 1 here. Or 2 and just start again. So I'm going to break all of this stuff off. As we're not doing that anymore. Take that out of there. Grab that stuff. Right, let's have a look. It loops if you have the chest, it won't loop without the chest, says Champ. Right, right. So, let me make it clear. We need the chest, is what I'm saying, right? Like, we need the storage. And I need to fill it up automatically. Anyway. Okay, so back to the terminal. Chuck that in there. That just put 14 in here. I didn't really see what happened then. So, emit when levels are above or below. Emit when levels are below limit. How do I want to do this? We want to say... This is the other thing. This way around, I would have to manually configure the storage to match, which is annoying. So you want to have more than 64 dust on hand. Cuplex, come on, you're smart enough. I'm not trying to create a storage system for dust. I'm trying to learn how to automatically craft things into my storage system. Forget that it's dust. Like, I want to... Okay, let's go look at it again. Maybe it'll make more sense if we go down here, right? This is how I've done it before. Okay. Look at this. There's all these materials sitting around. When I take something out of there, it's immediately going to fill up again. Okay? So, if we're going to have all of this auto-crafting going on, how do I make it so that when I take something out of the system, it crafts it and fills it back up again? Do you need the storage with X stacks if you have auto-crafting constantly refilling 1 stack? I don't know why it would constantly refill it, because once it's full it shouldn't keep refilling. X, a simpler system could be to have the export bus with a crafting card into a drawer controller with the drawers, and you set the storage limit with the drawer upgrade downgrade. I mean, that's what I'm trying to achieve, the champ, I think. If you want to keep a stack or whatever on hand, whatever does it matter if it's stored in a drawer or an interface, says Winnie. Because not everything's a stack. Like, that's okay. Again, I don't know why I have to keep explaining it. Like, we don't want a stack of each of these. We've got loads of them, right? Like, I'm not trying to play the game to have a stack of each item. Some stuff you store lots of. Why not autocraft on demand, says Les Blaz. Because I don't want to tell the system to fill it up. I want it to do it automatically. Then it's automatic. God, I don't know why this is so difficult. Like, it's what we've already been doing the entire time. I'm now just trying to do it with AE2. Anyway, explaining this is, like, becoming difficult. So, let me go back to this experiment, right? Because I'm not sure if this thing is actually responding to the redstone signal, first of all. Because it doesn't have, like, the redstone card doesn't go in there, and it's only got 1 slot. I mean, we know it doesn't because it tells us it can't. So it's doing that, and then now that's off because... Because it just went below somewhere else in the... I don't even know how to think about this anymore. Twisted says getting annoyed. It's frustrating trying to like figure it out. And I feel like chat is not understanding what I'm saying. Cuplex says, I guess you need to experiment because I'm sorry. I understand what you need but don't know how to do it. That's fair enough if you don't know how to do it. Skyfighter says, I don't know if that's how AE2 works. Winnie says, the hoarder in me now understands. Okay, some people are getting it now. Some people are starting to get it. Maybe we need to take a step back here. X Twisted D, thank you for subscribing with the Prime, my dude. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. The simplest way to do it is to have the majority done in AE2 and then to do the last step out of it. You can auto-craft everything for the last step. I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to say there, but let's think about this a little bit then. I mean, I guess... Right, so... What have we got going on here again? This is an ME interface, so is that. If I chuck one of these on top, right? If we're not doing that, if we're actually doing this pattern thing over here, maybe what we say is we auto-craft... Okay, right, let's go pick out... I'm going to pinch a recipe here. So we're going to go with this stuff, okay? We're going to forget the previous thing we were doing. This also is painfully... Let's take that out. No? Am I, like... Do I have to input it through... Wait, blank... Just picked up the wrong thing. That's what I did. Okay. And we had a crafting card in there. This doesn't have a crafting card. Interesting. So if we come down here, let's grab our polished stone out of the system. So we've got over a stack. And now we got none. Okay, so I want to put that there instead. This means, like, it'll be one at a time, I believe. Like, one thing at a time. So... Emit when levels are above or below or equal to the limit. Emit when levels are below limit. I don't know which one's controlling this because I don't even know that it interacts with Redstone that way, right? Like, it can craft that already and it's not. So I don't know why this would control... I don't think it controls it. A storage bus can also be set to read or write only mode. Oh. But don't I want to put items in and out of my storage drawers? X, think of like you are replacing the crafting part of normal systems with a crafting exporter. The rest can remain the same. I think AE2 makes it on demand and not stockpile crafted item. You might need to use other blocks outside AE2 like drawers to disable the crafting once it's full. Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, yeah? But, like, how do we use these components together? Because this leveler meta thing is not doing what I thought it would. This doesn't even interact with Redstone as far as I can tell. Because we've got that there, and we've given it a signal. So, like, it's not doing anything. Oh, you can hide it from the main terminal. That's interesting. Export bus on a drawer controller would be the simplest, says the knack. Except we don't do export. We do storage buses because it's our storage system. I hate that refined storage is the only way I know of to do this, says RNNG. Well, it's the way that I did it before in the past, right? So, like, let's go look at it like this sag mill here, right? It processes materials that come into it. So, if we go down to this area here, right, I want to have a drawer on the wall that has capacitors in it, and then when we use those capacitors somewhere else, our little thing is going to fire up, and then it's going to make more of them, and fill it back up again. That's the way that I do auto-crafting, because it means you stockpile all the things that you need, rather than having a complex tree of crafting recipes that then activate all at once, and then you find you're out of some resource or something, right? Why can't the drawers you export in be a part of the system with the storage bus as the champ? Because then it creates a feedback loop where you ask it to give it the item, and it's the item it's got in the storage. You can do that with a storage bus on the interface, but we just did that and it didn't work, right? You might need a sub-network as to limit what part of the storage the crafting bits can see. That's an interesting idea. But then again, I don't know how to make these things work. There must be a way to disable the crafter with redstone. It doesn't appear so. If you want to craft the item so drawers are full, you need to set an export bus with a crafting card on a drawer controller and have a storage bus on the drawer controller. That's just what we did a minute ago, and it doesn't work. Cable to ME interface to machine to storage with storage bus cable to system. I think what I'm going to do is maybe just try and make a little bit more of a robust test over here, let's say. So like, it's alright doing it with this stuff, but maybe if we make the test a little bit more apparent, and let's not use the sag mill as well. That might just complicate things a little further at this point. Let's get rid of everything here. Okay, come over to this space. We will add just one storage drawer with a downgrade. Storage drawer, anything will do. Basic drawer, and then we attach a downgrade. If I even have one. Okay, put this here, put that on it, and then we're going to put a storage bus on this, because that's how it will be in the world. Okay, important detail. That's how we store our items. Okay, so the item that we're going to store is polished stone. And then I'm going to take a bunch of that back. So currently we've got no polished stone in the system. We do actually have an auto crafter, or we did have one for it. Let's go ahead and disconnect this. In fact, all of that really. Let's put our interface here and our thing so it's nearby. So that is the one that's going to have the polished recipe. And I guess, I mean, I don't want to complicate anything here, but we actually need that as well. Let's go put that somewhere else. So it can make those ones over here, that's fine. Making those on demand, not a problem. Okay, so how do we say we want this to craft? Because this is empty. We did it using the ME interface, I believe. Like this here. God, I'm gonna cough again. My throat keeps going really dry. Use an ME item screen instead of storage drawers. What the heck is that? Greenhouse, that's not it. If the crafter output is full, will it stop or start storing the item somewhere else? That's an interesting way of looking at it. So you just set it to craft, then you'd have to be very meticulous about where the output went, I guess. Do not push crafting items if the inventory contains items. It's called a storage monitor. Yeah, that's refined storage over there. Oh, got to go back to the basics on this. So, how do we... We've got the crafting card. I'm just trying to run through it again. We can tell it possibly to automatically craft. I think you have to have that in to tell it to automatically craft. So if I'm going to put one here, right, and it's giving me 4 because it makes 4 at a time. So it's doing that automatically. Okay. Why does this all of a sudden look really easy? Am I missing something? So let's think of this as a drawer controller. We can see what's in it, but we can also export into it. Thing is though, our storage drawers are going to have a lot of stuff on them, and maybe this is like going to use too many different things. So if that exports these, it slowly fills up whenever it gets going. Unless it doesn't identify that this is part of the store. Right, so you would need like a different mods here. Let's go grab some conduits. Let's see if I'm on the right track now. Because we were trying to do it with Redstone, and now this idea of actually having it just store the stuff here might be the way to do it. So that's going to extract. This one is going to insert. Now it hasn't done another one yet. However, the 4 blocks came through. So why didn't this then go and do another one? Probably because it's now in the network. Okay. So I don't want this to look at the network. I want it to just always fill up this space here and act like a buffer. Which I can't do because that number needs to go over 64. Is there a way to make it like think it's not a part of the network perhaps? Ignore the contents of the target inventory. Do not push. That's not it. Okay, if we could make that thing pretend it's not part of the system, I think we got it. But I don't think that's possible. You're able to turn off the exporters with a redstone signal. I'm not sure that's what we want to do. What we want this ME interface to do right now is keep making more of those, but it's doing it based on how many's in the network. Like, watch this. I'm going to empty this, and it's going to make 4, but we might miss it because they're over here now. No? 0? Okay, maybe it hasn't caught up yet, or... Maybe actually it needs to be... Oh, 28, that's too many. Maybe it needs to be told to make just 4. There are none here, are there? Now it's... Okay, now it's not. A sub-network doing this, but storing into the main network will work, says Brandy Livestreams. I think I know what you mean, because then it's not looking into the main... Maybe it somehow pushed some into here. No, okay, that's still empty. So, like, why did this thing stop working? Because that was good. And then it was like, oh no. Dang. Well, ain't that annoying? Did I change? Oh, no. Cuplex, feel free to send it to me on Discord, dude. Correct, and when you reach your setup limit, it will stop when the exporter is off. Listen. Point an exporter with a crafting card and export it into the drawer. Point an exporter with a crafting card and export into the drawer. Haven't we already done that, champ? I think what you're forgetting is that this is essential. It's also a storage bus here. Although, have we done an exporter with a crafting card? Let me think about that. Okay. That actually might not be something we tried. Because we do have an export bus here. So, the crafting card that we had... This is super annoying that this stopped working, by the way. No, we still need that there. And we should probably break this. Okay. So, crafting card. I feel like we've done this already. Maybe you switch it into that mode. Because if it uses stocked items, it's in a loop. Only crafting the item when exporting sounds far more promising, right? But now, how do you tell it to automatically craft? It's not crafting anyway. And it's got them there. Hey, wait, what if the problem was that it didn't have the base material in? No, it's got loads of it. Okay. There is a craft stuck, you need to cancel it. Ah, well spotted, my dude. Let's go back a step. Let's not do that just yet, because we were onto something here. We were onto something. Wrong card. Right, I want 4 there. Now, how do I cancel it then? Like, is there an interface for that? How does one cancel a crafting thing? Cancel. So now, nothing happening yet. Okay, then it's got a request for 4. Interesting. The 4 made their way over here. But now I think it knows that there is 4 in the entire network. So if I click... okay. Very peculiar. Cancel. Then it does it again. Now we have 8 over here. So, I don't know why this is getting stuck. Like, but I do understand this is thinking about the entire network. So, if we can detach it from the network, that might be the way to do it. A hammer in the top right of the crafting terminal takes you to your current list of crafting status. Okay, cool. Yeah, no active jobs. It's got 8 sitting there. Oh, look, they're going in a loop. It's not actually crafting them. I saw the number tick up and then disappear. So the 8 that it had there, it just took it out of the system. Let's go ahead and do that. Right, you see that? It's just going around in a loop. But then it fills that up. And... God, this is so weird. I'm going to open Discord and see what Cuplex has to say about it. Walking Boots says, I have to admit this music is amazing. Of course it is. Of course it is. Cuplex, where's your message? Well, now it's got 28 and 0. Yeah, it's going around in a loop. So this thing looks at that. So... Export bus has a button to stop loop. Interface does not. Okay, let's try it with this then. So we're going to break that. We're no longer doing that. We're going to take those out of the system for a minute. We've got 28 stored here. We're going to attach the... right, we need that over here now. Do not use stocked items. Only craft items when exporting. I need to think that one through. But that might be the trick, really. So, maybe I need to turn that off. 36. Go higher. Please go higher. Weird. Okay. 40. 44. It's doing it. Maybe it's doing it slowly because it's a slow exporter. 48. And it's not in a loop, is it? But, like, why is it so slow? Is it just because the exporter is a slow beast? I think that's it, then. Dang, how did we... So, I think when we did this before, we didn't change the crafting behaviour. So, if I do that, use stocked items or craft, it will loop. If I do this, it won't. Now, does this scale up? I think it only does... It only scales up at the rate of the exporter. So that's full now, so it's not going to craft anymore. But as soon as I take some out, it'll craft more, right? Maybe not straight. Oh, it's already done it. There it goes. What if I take 1 out, though? What will it do with the extra 3, I wonder? Interesting. It filled that up. That's finished working. Where did those extra polished ones go? They must have just diverted somewhere else in the system, which is a little bit of a flaw, maybe. Because parts of our storage will be taking stuff from somewhere else. So we might end up with like a dump chest that just fills up with rubbish. A capacity card and acceleration cards will help, says the Knack. Yeah. Well, we could have spotted that earlier had I experimented with this more. That kind of works. It means we can do 9 items per export bus. They would run slow, so we'd need multiple slaves on storage systems. I still got a feeling might be something a little better, but hey, I wonder if it actually left the extra one in here though, because if it left it inside the interface, that wouldn't be so bad. But it... Wait, okay, it's... How many did I just take out? Right, so it's going to have a leftover amount of 1. No, 3. It's going to have 3 left over. Okay, it just did that. If it left them in here, that would be great, but it doesn't. It goes and puts them somewhere else, which means this thing might... Ugh. Extra ones go into disk drives. I have no disk drives, though. Curls of Doom says, the collective brain energy spent on today's stream could light up a city. Possibly. I don't know. Like, I'm going to... Again, tomorrow we're not doing modded, so that's cool. Hopefully Cuplex will send me that message. This isn't fully optimal, but it's part of the way there. I'm just thinking, is this going to give me some headaches later on, or is there a more optimal way? I think it's a fair way to get started. It just means for every 9 drawers that we want to automatically fill up, we need an exporter pointing into a slave, which may end up getting a bit bulky here and there, but it can be done. It can be done. Wouldn't the excess go into the diamond chest, says Colmick? It's quite likely that's where they went, but it'll be hard to search through to find it, because this thing is a beast. It might help to add a little sub-network. Look at all those diamonds you see, like they should be in a drawer. It might help actually a lot, and the loot bags, like yeah, they're not getting sent back to where they need to go. So this is like an overflow that just ends up accumulating stuff sometimes, right? Is that all of it? That's not all of it. Yeah, no, there's loads up here for some reason. So what I could do is maybe give this thing an additional interface on its own miniature ME network with a terminal, and then I could just look into that thing alone. Feels like, though, maybe that should be a feature of this already, just to see individual storage systems. Then I could, like, from time to time, just tear out the diamonds and go put them where they need to be. Chance diamond chest into disk drive, says Bemperor. If I put it into a drive, I don't see how... It's just something that stores items, right? Anyway, the idea is to... I don't know what the idea is. I'm just going to wrap this one up now. That was... good, we got going, then we got hung up on a bit of an issue, but I think we got there. The next time we do this, hopefully we'll be able to like fly right into it and do some really cool stuff. Anyways, that is it from me, my friends. So a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. As always, I appreciate your support. Thank you to all the peeps gifting subs. Thank you to all my Patreons. And we'll go raid Music Man today. We raided Hypno yesterday, so today I'll send you to Music Man. That's it from me, peeps. Take care of yourselves. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.